Hey everybody, sorry I haven't got this video up sooner than this. I had a lot of problems with my editing software and things not syncing up, and I was using different kinds of cameras and audio, and it all needed to be synced together and it wasn't working. So I've finally got it going, and now I just need to film the intro. So this is the second part to the video where I did the unboxing of this. So I've kind of done part of a review on these already, and I will put the link to that in the description. So this is the second part to this where I am painting this with these paints here. And so it's kind of a second part to the review, and it's a better, more in-depth of a review because I'm actually doing a painting with them. I also want to let you know quickly that this is the first kind of video in the series where I do one painting three, four different ways. So for instance, I'll do a gouache, I'll do a acrylic, I'll do a watercolor, I'll do a mixed media, I'll do a digital painting. So this is the first in that. And because I feel so bad that I haven't got this video up, I'll just show you a couple of, so I did this, I think this is the watercolor one I did. So this is just with my regular wood paints. This is the acrylic one I did. And then I do have the digital ones. And apparently I have three here, which I've done, and I don't remember which one I filmed on camera. So these are all, you can watch all of these, like I can play all of these through the time-lapse replay, but one of these I did actually like with the camera showing me working on the iPad. And I'm not sure which one of these it is. I don't remember. But they are all filmed. And I just have to edit them, which hopefully won't take too long. But I do have, as I said, I do have this one edited, which is this video right now. That is it for the intro, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so I'm just going to be using this Artist Loft watercolor pad. It is student grade, but it is 140 pound. And I always suggest to not use anything less than 140. If you watched the other video, you would have seen me swatching some things out. Just to quickly go over, these are the brushes that came with it, and they're actually pretty decent brushes. So I want to get kind of a cool red and a warm red. So that could be my cool red. Just put a little bit more water in there. So remember, these are gouache paints. So they're going to be more opaque than watercolor. None of these greens really are exactly what I want, so I think I'm going to mix up kind of more of an olive green here. Many people in the reviews on Amazon were concerned because, you know, if you have one of the paints out, and because when you open these are so jelly and juicy and whatever, so they were concerned when you're using one paint that the rest are going to dry out. But drying out is not an issue with gouache or watercolor paints because they are reactivated by water. So basically I want my colors to just mix on their own. I don't want to have, I just want to put the color down and let it do its whatever it's going to do. So now I want a warmer red. So I'm going to go into this one. So you can see I have a cool red and a warm red and kind of a magenta here. There's no names of these colors. If you're familiar with pigments and whatever, then you can kind of, say, okay, well, this one's like a cadmium red or whatever. Move that line a little bit, so I don't want that definite line there. I am going to work on the flowers more, but before I do that, I just kind of want to let it dry a little bit before I do some more stuff with it. I'm just kind of going back and making sure I don't have any hard lines that I don't want. I don't mind some of them, but it just depends on where they are. And then I think I'm gonna just take some leaves out here. Let that kind of. Some of these are a little bit granular, some of these paints. I think there's a blue that's pretty, it's got some granulation in it, which is nice because that's also really nice, especially with this style of watercolor. And it's also something that people thought that there was something wrong with the paints. See, there's some granulation in there. If I zoom in, you can see the mixture of the kind of the yellow ochre and the green. I think what might be fun to do is also do this with my actual watercolor paints. Do a version gouache and then watercolor. So what I want to say about these paints is that they are really nice in that you can go in and move them around. Even after they're dry, you can go in and move them around. You can see that there's some granulation in there, and they mix actually quite well together. As far as, you know, some pigments are going to mix better than other pigments just in general, but they mix pretty well together. And I like that they're nice and opaque. With this amount of colors, you should be able to mix up almost any color you want. I mean, you have a cool and a red and a warm red. You have this. You have 4 different colors of green. You have these two. Well, this one's more of a yellow, I would say. So you can almost mix up any color with this, and they do mix up pretty well. Some of them will dry faster than others, and that's normal. That some of them are going to be dried up. Even when you open them, some of them may look like they're dried up and some of them might look really juicy. And you might think, oh, well, then they're all supposed to be this one way, but it depends on the pigments. And like I said, you reactivate them. And so you can just spray them with water. For this, I can just let this dry and it'll dry. I mean, some of it's already started to dry and it'll reactivate again. So that's not a big deal. The great thing about gouache and watercolor is that it's easy cleanup. It's low waste paint in that, you know, I can just leave that and reactivate it. If this was acrylic and it dried up, it's done. I can't use it. That is this one. And I'm going to do a version on Procreate, and I'll do an acrylic painting, and I will probably actually do one with my watercolor palette that I put together with various of my favorite ones, Daniel Smith, and there's some other ones I have that I really like, and I just put them all together in one palette. And so you could be looking for that either later this week or next week. And remember that if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you would click like, and leave a comment would be awesome. And if you think you might like other of my videos, click subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.